Okay, so the continuation of the last video, I have launched all the three instances right now. So my app 1, my app, okay, let me change this to my app 2. Okay, and then I'm gonna change this to my app 3. Okay, perfect. So I have three things, three EC2 machines connected to one security group. That's fine. So what is next right now? So next right now is I'm gonna create a target groups first. So let's do the other way. Okay, I'm gonna create a target groups first. I'm not gonna create a directly load balancer. If you hit on load balancer, I don't have any load balancers here. So I'm gonna come from the reverse background. So I'm hitting on target groups. I'm clicking on create target group. Now I'm just hitting on instances. Okay. And target group name, I'm gonna give like my app TG. One, something like this, and protocol is I'm allowing all the HTTP protocol on port 80 from the load balancer to target group VPC, and I'm just choosing HTTP 1 health check HTTP advanced health check settings. Hope you guys know. So just to reduce the time, I'm making 10 seconds, and so that's it. We do not have anything else. So I'm hitting on next. Okay, so let me hyphen, and then no space is allowed. So my hyphen app hyphen tg1 is my target group name, first target group. So I'm hitting next. Now it's asking, you have three running instances. What are the instances you want to register it as a target? Now my app 1, my app 2, my app 3. Now my app 1 is running on 1a, my app 2 is running on 1c, my app 3 is running on 1b. Okay, just remember that. Okay, my app 1 is running on 1a, my app 2 is running on 1c, okay, no, wait a minute. So I think what I will do is, just to avoid the confusion, 1a is 1. Okay, I'll make the changes again, guys. Okay, so it would be very difficult to read it. Okay, my app 2, and this one I'll make it like a my app 3. Perfect. Now what I will do is I want to make like 1a 1b 1c. Okay, now it's fine. So my app 1, see, my app 1 is in running state. It's using t2.micro and it is running on 1a availability zone, and my app 2 is running state t2 micro and it's running on 1b, and my app 3 running on t3.nano. You know why? Correct. In the last video we tried to choose t2.micro in my app 3, but I mean in the AP South 1c, but it says t2 is not supported. So I have chose t3.nano. Cool, perfect. Now let me come back to target group here. Now what I'm going to do is 1 minute. So I'm going to come back, I'm going to hit target group and I'm going to create it. So no empty target groups and empty load balancer, nothing is there. Now instead of first creating the load balancer, I'm going to create a target group. I'm going in a reverse fashion. So let's do this way. Create target group. I'm just choosing instances as a target type because I have three instances and I'm going to play around with those instances. So hence I'm using instances. So here I'm going to give my application. Okay, space is not supported. So my application TG1. Okay, and it's accepting the HTTP protocol on port 80 from the load balancer to the target. This is the VPC, only one VPC. I'm using the version HTTP 1. And health check I'm using on HTTP. Slash means what? Slash means slash is equal to, I'll just tell you again, slash is equal to, if you see slash here, so slash means is equal to here, it means var www/html. In this is a location, in this location. Slash means in this is the location. Okay, in this context. So advanced health check settings, traffic port, and then I'm making I think I've explained these things yesterday. If you have any doubts, always free to ask me. And just to say the interval time, I'm making it 10 seconds and success code is 200. Okay, I'm hitting next. Now in this target, in this, I mean I have three instances running, 1a my app 1, my app 2 and my app 3. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add my app 1 and my app 2 in this TG1 group. Okay, so after you select my app 1 and my app 2, click on include as pending below. Now down below you will see my app 1 and my app 2 is added to this target group. Now you hit on create target group. Now target group will be added. See, this target group is added, but now the problem here is in the target group under the load balancer, see here it shows hyphen. It means this target group doesn't have any load balancer yet, obviously, because here on the left side if you click on load balancer we don't have any load balancer. So target group is, you just created a target group, that's it. So now what is the next procedure right now? But before you check the next procedure, I just want to explain you about the target group. Okay, so what is this target group is nothing but you have added the instances, you have registered the instances. Okay, this is very important. Now my application target, clicked on it and see the details here down below. You'll get all the details whatever you have selected, but here this is important, the last one. Total targets you have added 2. So if you see this 2, okay, if you click on this, say details here, if you click on 2 you'll get this targets here, and inside this targets you are getting 2 instances which we added 2 minutes back, we have added. But the problem is it says unused. So there are a lot of health status, okay, like for example initial, unhealthy, healthy, unused. So if you see unused, it means what happens is the load balance, you did not create a load balancer, that is the first thing. And the second thing is load balancer is, there is no load balancer to send some traffic to the instance. So only then, it will tell you whether it is healthy or unhealthy. Who is going to, send the signal whether it's healthy or unhealthy? You need a load balancer, because the traffic initiate, who does it? Load balancer does it. Okay. So the source itself is not created. That's why we are getting unused. One thing. And we did not map it anyways because we don't have a load balancer. Okay, if you have these two options, I mean, if you have these two things, then it means that you will be saying unused. Okay, perfect. Now what is next, Samir? Details you have seen. Okay, right now it shows 2, and unused it shows 2 here. Okay, and same thing, if you hit on targets you'll get the same thing. Monitoring, so monitoring is nothing but just like you have all the unhealthy, healthy. If you see no data available, because the load balancer did not initiate any health check report, any health check traffic, because we haven't created a load balancer yet. That's why it says no data available. And health checks, as you know, we have seen this health checks. Okay, and rest of the things, that's all same, just like as I already told you, stickiness, how to enable it. Yesterday I was explaining you in the classic load balancer video, so you can follow the same thing. Okay, so for now, what is next now? So next is I'm going to go to load balancers and I'm going to create a load balancer. So here I'm going to create application load balancer, click on create. Now in the application load balancer, I'm going to create my application load balancer. Okay, and it's going to be an internet facing. I'm gonna keep IPv4 for now. If you choose dual stack, it means it will support both IPv4 and IPv6. So let me choose IPv4, and in the network mapping I'm just choosing VPC only one, and here I'm going to choose 3 availability zones, 1A, 1B and 1C. So if you remember, if you select, automatically you'll get only one subnet. Okay, and then scroll down, and here in the security group you are going to create or assign a security group only for your load balancer. Okay, say for example here in the white screen, right? So what we did here, we created this security group, correct? We created this security group called this one, my app security group. This is for your EC2 instances. Now we're going to do the same thing for your load balancer. So where are you going to put your load balancer? You're going to put a load balancer here. That is, I'm going to put a load balancer here. See this? Okay. So this is your ALB, which I'm going to create. Okay, and before that I created a target group also, correct? Okay, I'll draw that right now. So for ALB, I'm going to add a security group right now. So for ALB, I'm going to add a security group. So what is that security group? Let's see. So come here and then click on create new security group. So in the security group, I'm gonna type my load balancer security group. Okay, so this is allow all the HTTP traffic from outside to my load balancer. Okay, and this is a VPC, and I'm gonna add an inbound rule. I'm gonna type HTTP here. It's a TCP HTTP and then custom protocol anywhere from IPv4. Okay, so what this says is it allows all the IP source connections, IPv4. Okay, IPv4 source connections. It allows all the IPv4 source connections, okay, to this load balancer. The description, okay, it's all optional. If you wanna just to make it very meaningful, you can do that. So inbound rules I have added, outbound rules don't touch it. Okay, and here I'm gonna add some tag name load balancer, my application load balancer. You can give anything. Okay, now I'm gonna click on create security group. So here I created the security group. Yeah, so what is a security group? My load balancer security group is a security group. So I'm going to open up this thing and I'm going to paste it here. So this is my security group. Okay, perfect. So this is my load balancer security group. And what is my EC2 security group? EC2 security group is nothing but my app security group. And load balancer is my load balancer security group. Perfect, Samir. So what is next? Now I'm going back to the first tab here. Okay, and then I'm refreshing here, refreshing this button, and I should get the sorry, not here, here, and I got the security group. Let me click on this. See my load balancer security group, which I created now. I got it. I've added right now. Now down below there is something called listeners and routing. So what it says is whatever protocol we are getting from outside on HTTP 80 port, okay, I have to forward to one particular target group. Okay, which means see, which means here if you see this, so he is a person, okay, so he is coming on HTTP 80 port. Okay, so whatever I'm getting and whatever I'm getting here HTTP 80, see HTTP 80, HTTP 80, okay, and I'm going to forward the traffic to a particular target group. So if you remember, we created a target group, right? And then we added my app 1 and my app 2, correct? If you see here, just to tell you again, see, I'm going to target groups here. So we add this my application TG1 and here we have two instances, my app 1 and my app 2, correct? And what is the target group name? This is a target group name. My application TG1 is a target group name. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna add a nice, see, for this particular two things, my app 1 and my app 2, it is a TG1, I mean target group. And what is the target group name? So I'm gonna paste it here. So target group name is, this is a target group name. My application TG1 is a target group name. Perfect. Now I'm going to establish a connection. So what connection I'm going to establish? If I'm coming in HTTP 80, okay, send the traffic to target group my application TG1. So that's what I'm going to do right now. So here if you scroll up, HTTP port 80, send the traffic to my application TG1. So that's why I already created the target group. I did it in a reverse fashion. Okay, so once it is done, before that I just want to verify that target group. If you see this, it's still showing unused 2. See, unused 2. Now what I'm going to do, I have attached it. Now scroll down. Now click on create load balancer. Okay, now view load balancer. So now load balancer is in provisioning mode. Okay, and also if you see this is also in unused. Sorry, now if you see, now it says initial. As soon as you added, it was in unused. Now it is in initial things. See, it will be in initial things. Okay. Okay, so we have a problem right now. Okay, so it was in initial status, now it became unhealthy. Now, just remember, so why it became unhealthy, we need to investigate. So if you hit on health checks are good. It is an unhealthy mode. Why? Because I would say like the load balancer is not able to contact the targets because of the security issue or any kind of security rules which we did not allow. So first what you have to do is you have to go to your security groups here, and then you have to go to your my app security group. Okay, this is the one which I created for example, if you see my whiteboard. So, what is the security group I created for, this is the one, my app security group, correct? Now I'm opening my app security group, clicking on it now, and I'm going to check the inbound rules. So problem is I have only allowed SSH22, but health check is happening in HTTP protocol, correct? Now I'm clicking on edit inbound rules. I'm going to add rule, and I'm going to give HTTP for now. Okay, and I'm gonna give anywhere IPv4 for now. Okay, and save rules. Now what happens, we will come back here, and then we go to target groups, and then we will see whether a target, what is happening. Let's see. Okay, now targets, it is in unused status still. Target groups, it's still in unused status. My application is not configured. Okay, so let me go to load balancers here. Listeners, we don't have any problem. My application TG1. So this is the target group for us. Okay, now if you see, it shows healthy. Why? Because after I allowed the security group of the EC2 instance security group, I allowed HTTP 80. It says it became healthy. Okay, so this is one thing which we did it right now. Okay, perfect. So next one, what we are going to do right now. So next one is I'm going to open the load balancer, and then I'm going to open the DNS. If you scroll down here, there is something called DNS name. Okay, copy. There is a copy button here. Click on it. Once you click on copied, then I'm going to open a new incognito window. I'm going to paste it here. Okay, it's not replying any. Okay, we got it. So, hello, this is a web server 1 from AP South 1A. I'm refreshing, it should give 1B. 1B, 1A, 1B, 1B, 1A, 1B, 1B. If you see the diagram, that's what it happens. So, I'm hitting HTTP 80 here. So, I'm hitting HTTP 80 here, and then I'm getting the traffic here, and then I'm getting either 1A or 1B, 1A or 1B. So that's a beauty of the target groups, 1A or 1B. Good, but Samir, this is using the DNS load balancer. Okay, now if you remember the security group which I created here, clicking on security group, the EC2 security group, which is the EC2 security group, this one, my app security group. This is for EC2 application, right? Right. So I'm clicking on this. Now what happens, if you see the edit inbound rules, I'm allowing everything to HTTP. Even if you open one of the EC2 instances here, 1A or 1B, see that 1A, I'm copying the public IP, and then I'm opening it here, and then I'm just typing here http:// even I'm getting 1A, correct? Directly if I'm hitting also, I'm getting the same thing. So if I go for my app 2, copying the public IP, http:// because why? Because I have allowed all the HTTP 80 traffic from all the sources. If you see the security group here, This is the my app security group for my EC2. Clicking on it. See here, I have allowed everything. HTTP everything. In case if you delete this, your health check will also fail. Okay. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to do like this. Okay. Okay. Just for the demo, I've deleted it. Okay. If you hit on save rules, what it should come up right now is, if I'm going back to this page, okay, I'm just going back here. First, I'm clicking on refreshing the load balancer. It keeps spinning. This is one thing. And if you go to the direct instance, it is spinning. If you go to the second instance, if it is spinning. So DNS is also, we are getting the error 504 gateway timeout, because we have removed the HTTP from the EC2 instance directly. This one also, it keep on spinning. This one also keeps on spinning. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, okay, see, we are getting this error. It keeps on spinning and then it will give an error. Now what I'm going to do is, okay, security groups, okay, I'm going to click on the EC2 security group here, edit inbound rules, okay, add rule. I'm going to add HTTP and I'm going to choose custom. And here, if you see in my whiteboard, there is a load balancer security group which we created, right? This one, my load balancer security group. I'm going to add it here. So I'm going to type my load balancer. See, I got this. I'm clicking on it. Now it on save rules. Now what happens is, okay, now what happens? Let's see. So I'm going back to this page. Now I'm going to refresh the screen. Let's see what happens. I got this. I keep refreshing 1A, 1B, 1C. I'm going to the direct IP address of 1A. I'm not getting it. I'm directly going to the 1B. I'm not getting it. So you understood now? I'm getting the traffic here directly in the DNS, but not here, not here. So that's the power of referencing the security groups. I hope you understood now. Yeah. So now, okay, now we will talk about that, creating another target group in the next video. For now, this is fine.